Less steering. Yes! Good save!
If you've never experienced Porsche on ice, I mean, this might be the ultimate way to understand what these cars are really all about. I am here in Finland to experience the new Porsche Cayenne Electric Turbo, where I'm going to take you guys with us to drive it across Scandinavia, warm it up, and bring it on ice. My name is Andres. I'm a tech and car content creator. I'm the type of person who loves bringing tech and cars to life through a screen. And over the years, I've been lucky enough to work closely with Porsche, from owning some of their GT cars to being invited to experiences like these. And today, I'm bringing you guys with us to experience something you don't just watch, but you feel.
There you guys can see right there, two Cayenne EVs, a turbo and a regular base model. Pretty darn cool. And this is like the Porsche Ice Experience hotel in a way. Very nice. This is where everyone practically stays. Then there's a few other Porsches right here. Check this out. We're gonna get to drive some 911s on snow, and there's like 18 tracks, which is absolutely insane. This is like the ultimate Porsche experience.
Levi, Finland is where the main and global Porsche Ice Experience starts for its customers. Typically, it's around 4 to 5 days of progressive driving and training, depending on the program level. On our end, however, 4 of those days were going to be spent driving the brand new Porsche Cayenne Electric Turbo. The goal here was to truly understand this car, right? Before taking it into one of the most unforgiving environments possible. And having never driven a Cayenne before, I was genuinely curious to see what this was all about. But one thing was clear, I was about to get very familiar with it, because our first drive alone lasted nearly 12 hours, all the way to Rhine, Norway.
We have a 12-hour drive. I don't think I've ever driven 12 hours. That's insane. 365 kilometers of range on an 89% charge. We should get to destination with 15%.
First break?
You...
First impressions. I'm happy to say it drives like a Porsche, which is crazy. It's always the question with electric, right? Will it drive like a Porsche? I can confirm it does. You should just go to a dealer to try it out, like really. And the interior is Porsche modernized. It's minimal, but at the same time packed with tech. You've got a pretty clean layout, tons of tech with the displays, but it still feels driver focused. The main display is super clean, really responsive, and everything just flows in a way that makes sense while you're driving. And it offers Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, of course.
Oh my god, there's like reindeers everywhere. This one's a baby. Oh, it looks pretty big, no?
Yeah, it's definitely not a baby. Oh wait, there's 3.
Oh, so cute.
Did you see the reindeers? They're so cute. Oh my god, they were so cute.
After driving about 200 kilometers exactly, I was already pretty darn tired because of jet lag, so I decided to swap drivers and enjoy this car in the back. And you'll see both Cayenne Electric and Cayenne Turbo share the same space and legroom in the back, the same overall practicality, 4-zone climate control of option. Like really, performance is the differentiator between these two, not practicality. Now, after driving for about 250 kilometers, we had 61 kilometers of range left, so we decided to follow our charging planner and charge the car.
There you go. Bad boy charging right now. So here on the screen, you have like the entire battery charging state. We're getting 120 watt kilowatt hour. It's gonna keep going up. 23%, that's what we're currently at. You have the battery temperature. We wanted to charge to 100%. We have the current range and the time remaining until it's fully charged, although this time is going to change because right now we're waiting to get full power.
Would you agree with me that it doesn't take more than a few minutes looking at a car to know if you like it or not? Like, I'm personally a big fan of the front, and I love the shape looking at it from the sides. I know the Cayenne Electric has a longer wheelbase, shorter overhangs, and a wider lower stance depending on the driving mode, of course. There's actually active aero as well back here. These elements adjust depending on speed to improve airflow, which is pretty wild on an SUV. All of this design and aerodynamics plays a role in efficiency, and in an EV, that directly impacts range and charging.
Okay, we got about 82% in battery. We're ready to go. We have 395 kilometers on the car. Like, the actual car has 395 kilometers. It's practically brand new. We'll see how much range and how the total kilometers that we're going to put on this car and how many times we charge it. I think that's going to be interesting because we're driving a lot. I've never driven this much. Like I said, 2 Cayennes going from Finland to Sweden and then Norway.
Is it good?
It's got a bit of a mean look. Look, these are like Swedish cinnamon.
Yeah, how is it? It's very close to Japan. Very cinnamon.
Very cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
I'm not gonna bite in the camera.
Look, this is how much we have left.
We have about 500 or 600 kilometers left. I'm gonna set up the charger planner, and then it's gonna let us know how many times to stop, where to stop until we get to destination.
I'll be by your side, and when I do get to see your smile, I'm up in the clouds and now we're apart.
So from Sweden, where we grabbed a quick bite, some cinnamon buns, we drove all the way to our second charging station. Or Jan drove, because I was still tired. Jan drove about 2 hours, and collectively we had driven about 220 kilometers since the last charge. And because we had traffic awaiting, we wanted to charge a bit more with the current 36% we had.
We're currently in Norway. I'm gonna be driving again. I'm very excited. The roads are different here compared to where we were in Finland and Sweden. We're by a lake. It's beautiful. It's a very nice. There's mountains all around here. We're just charging the cars, so that's good. It's very slushy here because it's not as cold, but it's very nice. Very nice. By the way, something I really like about this car, but the Cayenne EV has an outlet right here, which is awesome. You can charge a bunch of stuff with that. And the trunk space is honestly your standard trunk. It's big, fits everything you pretty much need, and you also have the frunk. Don't forget about that. That is like the cool part about having an electric SUV, is that you have a tiny bit more room with the frunk.
I created my last charging planner. Turns out we had deviated a bit from the original route to eat and so on, but we had 65% in order to get to our third charging destination. With 300 kilometers of range, we drove and we drove and we drove, and of course the more we drove, the darker it got. It was starting to get late, and I mean, this 12-hour drive, although comfortable, it was taking a bit of a toll on us. And as we expected, the traffic we were expecting finally hit us. It hit us like a truck because it was a 30-minute standstill due to road work. Meanwhile we waited, I had lost the keys, believe it or not. It actually passed time. Turns out that I had left them in the back seat when I fell asleep. Eventually traffic flowed. We still had about 3 hours till destination, but at least we were in one of the most comfortable cars you can be in. So tired or not, we had nothing to complain about.
Pretty impressed with the range on this car. We've done quite a lot of kilometers. Battery is currently at 40%, very confident. We have 181 kilometers of range right now. It's 7 p.m. We have about 3 hours and 16 minutes left to destination, with one more charging station left in between, so we can get there with about 21%. However, we've charged already the car twice. Not to 100%. We stayed at the charging stations for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And I'm very, very impressed because this is an 11-hour and 30-minute journey. You know how long that is? This is like 800 to 850 kilometers. I will correct that on screen right now if I'm wrong. But think about that. A vehicle that's been traveling from Finland all the way to Norway in different conditions, because we've we've been driving in minus 15 degrees Celsius and now it's 2 degrees Celsius, and a car that's pretty freaking heavy. I don't know, isn't that impressive?
With almost 800 kilometers on the odometer, we were so excited to get the destination. I mean, I was actually just navigating the screen to see how long we had left. We did stop to have some food one last time before charging. A charge we started at 15% after driving an extra 80 kilometers. And with a 350 watt-hour charge, you can get 100% in about 30 minutes really. While charging, I did realize the taillights look really nice at night on this car. I eventually got back into it, and with a 43% charge, we had an hour and a half left to our destination, the Tides, which was our hotel here in Rain, Norway.
We made it, guys, with 87 kilometers and 950 kilometers on the odometer. Guys, the drive here was absolutely magical, like insane, and it's dark, so I can only imagine during the day must look like ridiculous. I'm very excited for that. Tomorrow we're gonna get to spend the day here, take a look at where we are, enjoy it, take it in, because this is like, imagine we are at the tip of the top of the world. But yeah, I mean, welcome to the northern region of Norway, more specifically Lofoten. It is a beautiful place. We are right above the Arctic Circle. Very interesting because Norway is rich in oil, but they decided to do some long-term investments, and they're worth about $1.5 trillion. Very awesome, because Norway took a lot of that money and they decided to invest it into the EV infrastructure, into their tech, into their healthcare system, into so many things that would benefit the country. And that's why yesterday, as we were traveling all the way here, there were so many EV stations. I was like baffled. Like apparently there was a stat where 9 out of 10 cars sold in Norway were electric in a specific year. I'm not 100% sure which year, but that is very, very interesting, the way that Norway are moving. And as you can see, these are the little cabins we are staying at. These little red cabins that used to be where fishermen used to live. So that's awesome. And this is our view. Can't get any better than this. And of course here, ladies and gentlemen, we have both Cayenne Electric vehicles, the base model and the turbo. You guys are wondering what the keys for this car look like. They look like so. I think the theme of this car is definitely comfort. This has a comfort mode that is very, very interesting because it plays a lot with the Porsche Active Ride system, and this offers tilt comfort and pitch comfort, which made the journey so much more interesting yesterday for 800 kilometers. With that, you also have the panoramic sunroof that offers different patterns in order to diffuse light differently from the sun, which adds to the ride even better. And on top of that, you also have these electric doors. What does that mean? Well, when you close the door and let's say you don't necessarily fully close it, the motors will kick in and offer that soft close. And on top of that, when you're inside the car, this offers heated surfaces, which is super cool because we've gone from like minus 15 degrees Celsius to like 5 degrees Celsius, and this offers that entire experience right in one.
We definitely did some tourism in Lofoten. That day was all about discovering what these islands had to offer in terms of landscapes and food, because we found a restaurant called Anita's Seafood. It was packed, well-known place from what it looked like. Beautiful actually, very nice. In fact, we took advantage of the sun that was peeking out and we decided to take some nice pictures of the car. But truthfully, driving around these islands offered some of the nicest landscapes you can imagine. Although rainy and very wet because that's the nature of where we were, we did eventually drive to a charging station because if you guys recall, we got to Rain with a 23% charge, and now we had 13% and 31 kilometers of range. So we wanted to take the time to find a place to charge and chill out for half an hour or so to grab coffee, and eventually we bought some time and we took a look at the beautiful landscape this place had to offer for the entirety of the day.
Check this out. Yo, look at this. The wind and the water combined, kind of trippy, man. Look how crazy that is. Imagine being in the ocean right now. Hell no. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm trying to go at the top of this mountain thing. Oh, wow. It is cold. Woo! Look at that. Genuinely feel like I'm at the top of the world. It is the most insane job in the world. And I get to experience this with friends, with you guys, enjoying these amazing views, filming tech wherever I go, filming cars for the best car brand in the world. What? Oh, I got the keys.
Bruh.
Ah, wrong button. With all the cameras and the sensors and all the tech that these cars have, it makes them so easy to park, even though they're quite big. Like, they're very easy to park, genuinely. Good morning, guys. Kind of a early morning today, as we are heading to which is a bit of a town close to here. Very excited because it's supposed to be a tad different. We're gonna go take some pictures of the new Cayenne Electric. I'm really excited because I like taking pictures. I really do, especially in this like beautiful region of the country. One thing, I love this screen. I absolutely love this screen. With Android Auto, it splits my apps in half. I'm sure it does it with iPhone as well. Just splits my apps in half, like a dual monitor type of thing. It's kind of really cool. The sensitivity of the touchscreen is amazing. The accuracy is a 10 out of 10. It's a very well-built panel, and the color reproduction on this thing, it's almost like a phone display, like a high-end phone display. Obviously, it's not like a 10-bit display, you know what I mean? But yeah, I love it.
I ended up finding some like really nice spots to take some cool pictures. We went around some of the islands to try and grab some really cool photos of both Cayennes. Oh, and within one of those spots, check this out. I wanted to make you hear the electric V8.
You guys hear that sound?
Wednesday, our last day here. We needed to slowly make our way back to Levi with one stop in between. By Wednesday, I had a good amount of the Cayenne figured out. I love how the car has rear axle steering, so at low speeds it feels surprisingly nimble, and at higher speeds it just feels really stable. I also find the suspension is doing a lot of work in the background. It keeps the car really flat even when you're pushing it. Power delivery is super precise too, which gives you a lot of confidence, especially in low grip conditions like this. And because the battery sits low in the car, the center of gravity is lower than you'd expect, which really helps with stability. Comfort wise as well, I mean, I was already super familiar with this car. Super comfortable seats, 18-way seats in here, and they are something you could easily spend hours in. There are bits and pieces of carbon inside, some race tags, and of course lots of leather. Really, like after spending more than 15 hours in here, I like that everything is where it should be and nothing feels overcomplicated. At that point, we had 295 kilometers of range, but I wanted to see the effects of driving this car in Sport Plus all the way to Narvik, where we were going to spend that night in.
So Sport Plus in this car is absolutely insane. I mean, the suspension stiffens, the steering as well. It becomes sharper. That electric sound comes in. It almost sounds like an electric V8. There's about 3 different modes for that electric sound. Normal, Sport, and Sport Plus. Sport Plus is like the loudest. It really does kind of vibrates the vehicle. It's like a raw V8 sound that you feel within the seats and then the doors, and it's kind of interesting, very nice. But the car handles spectacular, and I mean, just the power is insane. At the end of the day, what matters for me personally is that this still feels like a Porsche. This probably feels like a Cayenne GTS, Turbo GT, something along those lines, which is really nice. It's like a sports car where you're still sitting pretty high. But again, the power delivery is just, and you can hear that roar, like it's fun. It's a new sound that Porsche developed, and I feel like it makes the experience so much better, not just a bit better, just so much better, and I really, really like that. I will be driving this car in Sport Plus during the Ice Experience, from what I understood. Currently in Norway, it's cloudy, it's rainy, so it's kind of tough to push this car. Oh, but it's so nice. I mean, the throttle response is exactly what you'd expect from a car like this. And the way it just handles corners, just look at that. Oh my God. Oh, my stomach. Oh my God. Look at that. Wow. Oh wow, that's crazy. Extremely precise, very Porsche. That's just exactly what you'd want in a car like this, which I know a lot of us were scared about. A lot of us were scared about this Cayenne Electric. Oh, wow. Very nice sound. I like it. I really like it. Sport Plus, very interesting. And now as we are heading towards the border of Norway in between Sweden, very curious to see how long the battery would last driving it in Sport Plus, because that's what we're planning on doing. Just drive it in Sport Plus for as long as we can.
Well, after that fun drive, we charged up and added about 315 kilometers of range, with the car sitting at 1,171 kilometers on the odometer. From there, we drove all the way to our hotel in Sport Plus, arriving with a 28% charge and about 106 kilometers of range left.
So we just got to the hotel. We drove like 220 kilometers in Sport Plus. I'm actually amazed you can drive this car in Sport Plus. I still have 106 kilometers of range. So that's pretty fun. You know, you really do push it when you're passing someone or you're trying to have a bit of fun. You know, it didn't seem to consume that much more battery, which is exactly what you'd want from a vehicle like this. And parking this car has been so easy because of all the cameras. In fact, check this out here. Bam. Bit of a wider cam. Allows you to practically see everything. And then if your lens is dirty, you can just do like camera cleaning and it cleans it. So that's awesome. Plus in front you can really see the sides of a car pretty well, and it allows you to maneuver it really nicely. No, but for real, it's very well done. Very, very nice. Anyways, tomorrow we gotta bring these puppies back to the Ice Experience because they need them. So that's good.
There's nothing wrong with that. Me and we all lose track. I wouldn't mind it if I find it. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't have to be an acrobat. I wouldn't mind it.
Today, guys, this is a very special day. I've been waiting for this day. We are going to get to drive a 911 GTS 992.2 with a hybrid system. We have a full fleet in front of us. Amazing. Our instructor, Jeremy, he's gonna take us through a few courses. We're gonna start with the circle. We're gonna move on to the paddock and then go back to some handling courses, handling track. I'm not too familiar with it because, you know, there's not much content online about the Ice Experience. So if you guys stick around enough, you'll experience this thing with me and maybe you'll get to decide whether or not you wanna come. Now, you don't need to be a professional to be here. They teach you exactly what you need to know. I've never driven a four-wheel drive 911. This is my first time, and I'm very excited.
What does a typical day at the Porsche Ice Experience look like? This here's home base, the place where you get briefed. You get to have breakfast and take the time to breathe a little if needed. A lot of the time you'll have a fleet of vehicles standing next to it. Usually on day one, they make you sign your life away. No, I'm joking. No, but seriously, every day starts with a briefing, going over the conditions, the exercises, and what we're focusing on. Because out here, believe it or not, things change fast, which makes it exciting because they truly teach you how to control a four-wheel drive 911 with over 500 horsepower. And if you've never sat in one, trust me, you have to.
Wow, this car feels unbelievable. I've never sat in a GTS like this one. This one has comfort seats, 18-way seats, I believe. It feels a race car.
The first day is always simple. They teach you how to get a feel for the car on ice, understanding grip, a bit of weight transfer, and how the car reacts, and a lot of it happens within the circle.
Good. So here in our first exercise, we have a big circle. It's very nice to learn how to handle the car with the PTM system. We will learn how to initiate a drift here and to hold. We switch the traction control off. We speed up to round about 20. Then we have the second gear. And then we have all the time the same procedure. First straight, left the throttle, steering to the inside, starts to accelerate a bit. Then we are sideways.
Jeremy is a super talented driver. And aside from being talented, incredibly respectful and patient, these guys are trained to teach you no matter your skill level. Trust me, like even if you suck, they will make you not suck. It's quite impressive.
That's it. Did I look good doing it?
Yes.
It's so crazy, like the amount of steering input it's required to actually drift like that. It's not much, it has to be tiny little adjustments. So now we're taking the Cayenne Electric Turbo. Let's see how this goes, because this bad boy is a bit heavier. So now the Cayenne Electric Turbo,
Yeah.
very different.
Completely different world, but it's the same procedure.
Okay.
The procedure is all the time the same, but we have to manage a bit the weight of the car.
Okay.
That's all. First straight, then steer to the inside, starts to accelerate.
See, in this car, everything feels crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Acceleration. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah. I like the new sound it makes. Oh wow.
Electric vehicle.
Yeah.
It's so siren.
Oh my god. That's crazy. It's crazy how sideways you can go and just like...
And as the day goes on, things start to pick up, right? More speed, more confidence, and a lot more sliding. They even move you to a section called the paddock. After you graduate from the circle, you've now learned how to initiate a drift and hold it consistently. And that's when things start to get interesting, because they start to introduce exercises focused on weight transfer, using the brakes, throttle, and steering to control the car with precision, which is exactly what Jeremy was trying to teach us within a section of the paddock.
Okay.
Speed up a bit, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. And now with the brake, right. Stay, keep on the brake, left, right. If you're doing this with the steering wheel,
Not
you
good.
don't know anything about the front axle.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, in this moment, exactly that. Then you are faster and you have more control
So
for the front
always-
axle. Always one hand on the steering wheel.
Always one hand.
Yes, right, left. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Accelerate, 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 accelerate. Yes, amazing.
Oof, I mean, yes, it's not easy at all at first, and you might feel discouraged, trust me, but the more you try it, the better you get. And the really nice part is that you'll never feel the instructor getting frustrated with you. So really, you can take your time to do it right and master it at your own pace. What makes me laugh is how easy Jeremy makes things look, especially with a Cayenne Turbo. In fact, it inspired confidence in me, and I decided to try the same paddock exercises with this EV.
Good save. But you not hit the wall. Yeah, you're a very good learner.
Yeah, that's good, at least.
Definitely different from the Ford GTS. You see, the 911 Carrera Ford GTS is an all-wheel drive car. You still get that classic 911 feel with the weight in the back, which actually helps with traction. But it can still get pretty lively. It's such a precise car, so everything you do, steering, throttle, braking, you feel it immediately. It's not doing the work for you. You actually have to be smooth and intentional with your inputs. And what's really interesting about this new Ford GTS is that it actually has a hybrid system, but not in the way you'd expect. You see, engineering-wise, it's actually very interesting how Porsche approached the hybrid system. Instead of using it for range, they use it to improve performance. You've got an electric motor inside the turbo that spins up instantly, so there's basically no turbo lag. There's also a small battery that supports the system, but it's all focused on making the car feel more responsive. So instead of waiting for power, well, it's just there immediately.
Oh, so fun. We're just gonna grab a quick little bite right here. This is where you guys are probably gonna take some coffee, have fun, talk among yourselves, take a little break, you know, and then go back on the truck and have fun, you know. But yeah, this is cool, man. This is awesome.
At home base, like I said, it's where you get to chill. If you need a break, a coffee, something to eat, go to the bathroom, it all happens here. They even offer lockers if you ever need them. And trust me, they motivate you to drink enough water and to eat so you get plenty of energy to keep driving, because the reality of things is that it can get intense the more you level up your skills.
So now we are here on the handling number 6. We will do one introduction lap together that you see here the track. You can follow me if you want.
So we are in the handling course, and it is a totally different course. And the point of this course is technically to put all the skills you've learned from all the exercises and apply them here. That's the whole point of this course. Also, the cars do get icy, you know, they get a bit dirty with snow. Every so often they're going to get out and clean the car, especially right here in this bottom portion where the radiators are. It's important for the car to breathe because, well, believe it or not, as a newbie, you will find yourself in snowbanks. I got stuck pretty bad, so we're gonna see if I can get out without getting towed. The thing they'll tell you to do is put it in wet mode, and they'll try to clear the snow out. As you can see, he's really going at it, clearing the snow, and he's gonna try to get us out as much as possible. He wasn't freaking out or anything. He's very relaxed. No worries, let me get you out. It won't take long. So they're very, very patient. I couldn't do this job. More steering. So,
Straight steering wheel.
is it bad? Straight. Straight.
And now we try to go in reverse.
Okay, reverse. Whoa. Whoa, okay, you're good. Nice, thank you so much.
Welcome.
By the way, let me show you what this handling track looks like. Take a look at this.
And also slow, small drifts to feel a bit traction. Because the condition can change all the time. rotation, and again, small tap on the brake.
It must be fun in the back, no?
And that's what you're expected to master by the end of this experience.
Any special cars that you have in here that you're not allowed?
Eventually, guys, after a big morning like that, you get to have lunch. This all takes place in the restaurant on the other side of the facility. And this is the same restaurant you return to later in the evening for dinner, good conversations, and getting to know the people you're sharing the experience with.